Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. So it appears that I have missed a couple days in my calendar. I pre-record my videos usually the week before. And I thought I recorded my videos, but apparently I missed last Wednesday and the Wednesday before that, and I missed Friday. So I'm sorry about that. And I'm sure you guys just thought maybe I was busy for the holiday, which I kind of was super busy, but yeah, I don't know. So anyway, we are going to, what are we going to do today? I have nothing planned. I just turned on the camera and figured we go from there. So I have a couple of new things on my desk. I got this gorgeous pen. I got this pen. I got these little toffees. This is super cute. I got this for the craft fair. So yeah, so I don't know. You know what? This pen came in a really pretty display box. So let me see if I can find it. I think it's in the trash. Here's the box it came in. So it had like a little tray, like so, and it came like that. Let's, we could do this, right? We can totally do this. Do I have my, let me see if I brought my elastic with me, because we can totally make this ourselves. Okay, so I have brought absolutely everything except for my elastic cording, but that's fine. We don't have to have it. This is just elastic cording that they put some ends on there. You don't have to have the ends, just tie a knot. And just the elastic cording that we all bought for the traveler notebooks that were so popular. Just use that. So let's go ahead and make a tray. Now, I'm going to measure this one out. I don't like the size of this because I feel like, you know how companies do with the packaging. They make it so much bigger to make you think you're getting more. So we're not going to do as big packaging, but we will do packaging. Ouch. I hurt my back, so I'm a little out of breath anytime I move. All right. So let me see. This one is roughly 1 7/8 by 6 3/8. We're not going to do all that. We're going to do, let's see, 1.5 by, I'm using, I don't think these are scraps. I think these are supposed to be my photo mats, but that's okay. The length we're going to do, let's see. Let's do by 6. 1.5 by 6. And this is 1/4 inch. And you guys know I do not like 1/4 inch, so I'm going to do by 1/2. And that's going to be the size of our tray. But we do need to add in the sizes and all that. So let's go ahead and get our template. The fold flat box will do just fine for this, for the tray. Or we can draw it out. Obviously, I would love for you to buy my books on Amazon. The pink one is the fold flat box. This is the old cover. The new cover says fold flat box. And then I have the pizza box style, which is the purple book, and then the yellow book, which is the lidded. Okay. So we're going to draw out the tray, and then we'll use the pink book for the box. So this is going to be the tray. So we know we need, and this is the middle of the tray, and we need all 4 sides, right? So you know that's going to be a 1/2, 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 because that's how thick we need the sides of the tray. And then this is going to be The left to right is 1.5. The up and down is 6. And you know what? Our template for the lidded box is perfect for the tray. Let's go ahead and grab that out. So the item size was 1.5 by 6 by half. This is the yellow book. So half, 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 half. And yeah, this is how I used to do it. This is how my book templates came about. Okay, my left to right is 1.5. My up and down was 6. Now all you have to do is map that out. Get some separate colors if you want, so you know what you're doing. So my up and down 6 is going to be 7 by my left to right. 1, 2.5. There we go. Okay. Score it on all 4 sides at 1/2 inch. All right, so let's go ahead and make our tray. Paper, paper, paper. You see, I was not prepared for this. I don't know why I turned on the camera. I just sat down and I did. Okay. So 2.5 by 7, scored at 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. Okay, so 2.5. My paper trimmer does not like this paper. It's like a linen paper, and it just, no matter if it's a brand new blade or old blade or whatever, it comes out raggedy. And look at how many fibers. There's like so many fibers just left over in the track when you cut it. But it's fine. Alright, so 2.5 by 7, scored at 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. And 1/2 inch. And 1/2 inch. No, I didn't take the raggedy edges off yet. I will. Okay. There we go. Now you can do your tray like this, where see how they just cut out the 4 squares on the corners, or you can actually glue it together. It is your preference. I think I'm going to glue it together. I'm just cutting off the raggedy edge right now. Okay. Bone folder. Let's go ahead and score our lines. Okay. And okay, so you have your tray. And again, you can cut out the 4 little where are my scissors? My little scissors. Here. You can cut out the 4 corners if you want to. I'm not going to. So just on the short end, I'm going to go ahead and cut up those score lines. I'm going to miter. I like a stable tray. This is kind of just flat and flimsy. But I like a stable tray. So you can get you a nice pack of pens on Amazon or Dollar Tree. You know, sometimes Dollar Tree has some really nice pens. And make these little boxes and sell them at your craft fair. Or they're great for coworker gifts. Everybody loves a good pen. Okay, so what you did to the bottom, you need to do to the top. So I just miter, cut off some bulk, Probably can't see what I'm doing because my hand's in the way. Okay, now you're just going to glue your tabs. And we're done with our tray. Glue or tape or whatever you're using. Glue. Mine is probably clogged. Oh, no, it's not. Oops. That was way too much glue. So I'll let that dry a little longer than what I normally do. Okay. So this is how you make a tray or the bottom of your box. In this case, it's just, oh, you know what we should have done before we glue these tabs? We should have made our holes for the pen holder, but that's okay. We can do that later. It's not a big deal. What I'm going to do, since I don't have my cording and I don't have any ribbon, all I have is this very thin embroidery floss. We're going to use a paper piercer, or in my case, my little ice pick thing. And we'll do all that after we make the box, okay? All right, so the tray is done. Now let's go ahead and make the box, which is going to be a full flat box. So take out your pink book and let's move some stuff around, let that dry. So we know that the tray size, well, you know what, let me just show you start to finish. So your tray item size is 1.5 by 6 by half. Okay, so that's the size of my tray, right? Now I need to make a box that's going to fit that. So I need to add probably 1/8 of an inch. I don't want the pen to be slipping and sliding around in the box. I want it to be snug. Let's add 1/4 of an inch. So we need it to be 1 3/4 by 6 1/4 by 3/4. Okay. We're just gonna see if this works. If it doesn't, we can always change it. Okay, so 1/2 inch up here because that's just the measurement I like. And then 3/4. Somebody asked me why I just didn't type that in on all my templates. Because I don't always have a 1/2 inch on the top. If I don't have enough paper, I'll change that to 1/4 inch real quick. So that's why I don't have anything typed in, because you can always change it. My left to right is 1 3/4. My up and down is 6 1/4. 1 3/4. Okay, let's go ahead and get a calculator. Math this out. Where's my pens? Okay, my left to right is 0.75 plus 1.75 plus 0.75 plus 1.75 plus 0.75 equals 5 3/4 by my up and down measurement is going to be 0.5 plus 0.75 plus 6.25 plus 0.75 plus 0.5 equals 8 3/4. So you're only going to get one box out of the 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It is what it is, right? All right, so the long side is going to be half 0.5 plus 0.75 equals, and 1 1/4 on both sides. Our short side is going to be 3/4 plus 1.5 equals 0.75 plus 1.75 equals 2.5 plus 0.75, 3 1/4 plus 5. Okay, those are our measurements. That's how easy it is to make a box. Okay, so now we need a piece of paper that is 8 3/4 by 5 3/4. So you can get the tray and the box from one sheet of A4 paper. This is a little bit longer than 8.5 by 11. So see if you can get the tray and the box, because that'd be great. I just don't know because I'm not using 8.5 by 11 paper. Okay, 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. My paper trimmer does not like this paper. Okay. On the long side, we need what? 1/2 inch and 1 1/4. So 1/2 inch and 1 1/4. 1/2 inch and 1 1/4. Okay. So my scoreboard users, that is 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 7.5, and 8 1/4. So 7.5 and 8 1/4. Okay. Right. All right. Short side. I need 3/4. Yes, I know. I like working with my numbers on the right side. Sometimes it confuses people, but I gotta do what I'm comfortable with. So 3/4, 2.5. That shouldn't be 3.5 because that's a whole inch. Let's redo the math. So 0.75 plus 1.75 plus 0.75. That should be 3 1/4, not 3.5. 3 1/4 plus 0.75. And that still should be 5. Right? 0.75 plus 1.75. That's 2.5 plus 0.75. That's 3 1/4 plus 1.75 equals 5. Okay, I just must have wrote it down wrong here on my book, but it'll be right in the description box. So 2.5 and then 3 1/4 and then 5. Okay. All right, that's all we need. And we're gonna go ahead and burnish our lines so you can see better on this paper. And you're just reinforcing your folds. That's all burnish means. Burnish. However you want to say it. Just make your lines crisp. Okay. Okay. Starting position is your double score lines on the top and the bottom. So in this case, you're putting the short side at the top, and you're going to start at the bottom right hand corner, and you're going to cut off those 4 boxes. So 2 rectangles, 2 squares. What you do to the bottom, you need to do to the top. The 2 rectangles and the 2 squares from the right. Okay, you're going to go ahead and miter and miter. And as you notice, I did not cut off this righty edge because you're not going to see it. All right, so now we're going to go to this first vertical line on the right. You're going to cut up, cut off at least half. You're going to miter and you're going to miter. Okay, you're going to come to this next vertical score line. You're going to cut up, cut off half. You're going to miter. You're going to miter. What you do to the bottom, you need to do to the top. Cut up. It doesn't matter if you cut up your score lines, both of your score lines first, just as long as they both get done. I don't know. I do whatever I want when the mood feels. Okay. So these boxes do not take this long. When I do tutorials, I go as slow as I can because I want every craft level to be able to be successful. I made 70 chocolate boxes last week. It did take me 9 hours in total to do the windows, to fussy cut the Grinch. Did a lot of work. So it took about 9 minutes per box. So there you go. All right. So here is where your dies are going to be your best friend. Right now, I don't have any dies, and so we have to do some pencil and paper business. This is going to be the front of your box, this right here. So this doesn't have a window. Okay, so I'm not going to fool with acetate. You can put acetate if you want to, but clearly you don't have to have it because you're going to have your tabs in there. So what I like to do to make sure everything is stays straight, I like to take a piece and make a template. Okay, because this is 1.5 inches, I'm going to make my template. Let's think. I was going to say 1 inch, but that only leaves me 1/4 inch on either side. It's actually 1 3/4. So if I do, I'm going to do 1 1/4 by 6. I'm going to see how I like that. Oh, this is a fancy paper. Okay, so, oh, you know what? I still have this left over. So let's try to get everything out of 1. What did I say, 1 1/4? You know what? I'm going to change that to just 1 inch. Alright, so 1 inch by, I was going to do it by 6. Let's do 5 3/4. Let's see how that looks. Alright, I like that placement. Alright, so I have my little template. And if you have rectangle dies, that's going to be your best friend right now because you're just going to put your rectangle die, run it through your machine, and call it done. But if you don't have a big shot or rectangle dies, use a template, use a ruler, use a craft knife or your scissors, and after 70 boxes, I got really good with my craft knife. The first like 20 of them were not good. Like I had to use my scissors to fix it, but after a while, you see, I can cut without having the ruler and it stays straight because of the 9,000 boxes I made. So repetition and practice means everything. Okay, there we go. Here's where you want to put your acetate if you're going to do acetate. I'm not doing acetate. I don't want to look at acetate right now. Alright, glue. I'm going to go ahead and glue our box. Allegedly. There we go. Making sure you get all the way up to the folded edge. And we're just putting that down. And we're going to let that dry. Letting it dry is a huge bonus. Alright, let's pull our tray back out and our fancy pen. And by the way, I bought this for I think $2, but I'm pretty sure you can get the same exact pen at Dollar Tree for the $1.25. But yeah. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take my fancy pen and I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to mark randomly where I want my holes. Okay. And I'm gonna take my cookie tool and I'm just gonna poke a hole. Watch your fingers, be careful. No, they're not even. Am I caring? No. Okay. I'm gonna grab my thread and I'm gonna put a piece through. Maybe. You know what? I'm not gonna fight with that. I am not. So I'm just getting a little tiny piece of tape and I'm gonna make myself an end because I'm not fighting. Not today. Okay. And push that through. Okay. I'm going to tie a knot around that tape. And that's going to be like my metal ends. Who cares what the tray looks like underneath? I don't. That way it doesn't slip through. In which my knot did. So you may, because this is so thin, you may have to, you know, tie a bunch of knots or, I don't know. You're going to have to do something better than this. Or, you know what we're going to do? Because I'm not dealing with this. We're going to tape it down. Good idea. So we're just going to put this little piece up here. Where's my tape? We're going to craft easy, not harder. And we're going to tape it just like that. Okay. We're going to put our pen here. And we're going to cut a little piece. I'm going to take a little tape, just a little tiny piece, and I'm going to take my end, because again, this is embroidery floss, so it's like 50 strands, like individual strands. Okay, and I'm going to push it through the hole. And before I tape that, I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom the same exact way. Tape. And if you want to be extra fancy, you absolutely can cover the back so you don't see your taped strings. If I'm doing these for a craft fair, I'm not taking that extra step because I know people are just going to throw them away. But if I'm making it for a crafty friend or a swap, I'm definitely going to take that extra step to cover up that ugliness. Where's my pokey tool? So I'm just trying to stick the tape through here. It doesn't want to go through. So I'm going to use a little help with my pokey tool and get it through. There we go. And I'm going to tape this corner down. Here we go. And I'm going to cut right there, put this away, put this away. Tape. It is hot in here today. I'm dying. Okay, and tape my end. Okay, push it through. The elastic would work so much better than this part, but you gotta use what you got, right? All right, as you can see, those pieces are not taped down. So I'm gonna put my pen in. And this is where I want my pen. Flip it over. Pull those pieces tight. I'm going to start with the bottom one. And I'm going to pull it as tight as it will allow me. And I'm going to tape it. With a little piece of tape. Okay. And we're going to do the same with the top. I'm going to pull it as tight as it will allow me. And then I'm going to tape it down. And there we go. Perfect. And again, if I'm doing this for a crafty person, I'll take a piece of paper and I'll line that bottom so you cannot see. The pen can still come in and out easily. And let's see how we did with our guesswork for our box. Here we go. Here we go. Good gift. Perfect. So our box is perfect. If you want, you can take it up a notch. And you could have made your, like this, just cut out the two pieces. I just cut out everything because I didn't think it through. But what I'm going to do is take this piece of paper that's here. I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. And I am going to make a little belly band. Again, you can cut your box, have a template for the 2 rectangles if you want. And then what I'm going to do is take this, fold it, and fold it. I'm just making sure this was a big enough piece. It is. So this piece is 2 by 6 1/4. I'm going to write this down because I know you guys are going to want this measurement. 2 by 6 1/4. And then you are going to just kind of score it around your box. I just did it with my fingernail. I'm not going to give you the exact measurements because you can do this part yourself. And everyone's box is going to be different depending on how tight you pull your belly band and whatnot. And I need this other one right there. So you're going to have to do your own belly band measurements, but you'll be okay. I have faith. Okay, and then we're just going to pop this around. And so if I was doing these for craft fairs, I'm definitely doing the 2 templates as opposed to just one. Like I did the 2 rectangles because that's less paper. But if you have a specific design and you can use 2 different papers, or here's a good idea. If you're using scraps like me, use up all that white, the white paper that we bought. That's kind of, it's not the best, but it's not bad either. Make your tray, make your box, and then all of your leftover scraps that are just sitting on your desk, like how mine was, use that. Or those papers that, we buy the paper stack and there's always that one paper that we just do not like. Use those up. Okay, so I'm just gluing mine. And there you have it. It will not take you 30 minutes to make this, but, there you go. Beautiful. You can put any pen in there. If you have those, the RSVP pens from Dollar Tree, I think you get 3 for the $1.25 plus tax. You can add paper in there to make it, more personalized. But there you are, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.